the people of Zimbabwe tonight, and to be specific, he would be addressing the nation at exactly 2028 hours. It was posted on his Facebook, X page, which is now written the Gaza Revolution, the page that was used by Blessed Gaza. And you would understand that Knox Chivero is continuing with the Blessed Gaza Revolution, and he has been there on the trenches from the onset with Blessed Gaza amongst a group of war veterans. So it should be understood that the Blessed Gaza Revolution was not a one-man show, but it was actually an institution comprising of several war veterans, and he is expected to come through tonight. What will he possibly talk about? These and more would be ventilated on this live broadcast. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Let's listen to the audio of Knox Chivero before we actually talk.
I'm yours truly, Comrade Knox. It has been a while since our last chat. A lot has been happening in your country, including the very important visit of the South African head of state, His Excellency, President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa. Let us meet today, tonight, 5th of May, 2028 hours. I thank you. Hatisangane futhi nasi manheru 28 hours zvakawanda zviri kuitika munyika zvinosanganisira kubvakata kwakaitwa nemutungamiriri weSouth Africa vanoremekedzwa vaCyril Ramaphosa. Tikurukure nezvimwe zviri pamwoyo penyu nezvamunotarisira. Tinotenda vachabe zvinhu siyabonga asihlangane namhla isikhathi sika 28 hours entambama sixoxe okuneni okugoqela ukuthekelelwa kwelizwe umphathi intambo umkhokheli weSouth Africa umhlonitshwa uCyril Ramaphosa. Ngiyabonga, tinotenda, tinobonga, inkomo.
That is yours truly, Knox Chivero. So we have a date tonight with Knox Chivero, and let's just postulate what will he speak about based on this very, very short video. We can deduce something out of that video. Firstly, I think he is saying we will talk about a lot of things, some of them, and I listen, when he was speaking in English and in Shona language and in Ndebele, there are certain components of his message that were not mentioned in the English actually message. So he says, we will speak what you are expecting. Let's meet at 8 o'clock. We will talk about Ramaphosa, and as well as also we will address your expectations. If you listened very, very clear to the message of Knox Chivero. So we will get an insight, and not because it has been, one side, it has been one side depending on what the person had. We've been hearing what I can say a hearsay. But Knox Chivero, I know that coming through to discuss this, he has information, proper information as to why Ramaphosa visited Zimbabwe, what was talked about, what is at stake. And remember, he also said there is also a lot that has been happening. And remember, last time he revealed a lot of things that we were not aware of as a nation, but that were happening. So we also expect him to bring us new issues, some of them that we are not aware of. But all this linked to Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026. The issues would not be isolated from the ambitions of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Looking forward to continue as the president beyond the constitutional limit. So we'll hear the mechanisms, the strategies that Mnangagwa has employed as an individual and working with the Zwikanandas to ensure that they topple retired General Chiwenga, just like the Knox Chivero actually and the other war veterans as well as retired military generals. Their existence is to thwart Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026. Equally so, Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa's dream is also to get rid of retired General Chiwenga on his way. So today we will be getting true details of why Ramaphosa came to Zimbabwe secretly so, and who invited him, whether he invited himself, and also there is high possibility that Ramaphosa, especially if I'm buying the school of thought, that he was coming to warn Mnangagwa that the military is not happy with Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. If I'm correct on that one, there is also equally high probability, because remember, Chiwenga is part of ZANU-PF, and he has a faction, a group of people who are supporting him within ZANU-PF, who are not happy with Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026. They can approach also Cyril Ramaphosa to say, can you go and speak some sense to Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa? But also I can say, I saw the other retired General Winston Sikauke Mapranga saying that, announcing the arrival of Ramaphosa, that Ramaphosa was going to visit Zimbabwe, before just some hours before his visit, and that on its own, he spoke as if he was against the idea because the visit was not following protocol. It may be on the other side. It may have been an intervention that is carried out by Zwikananda. And we know Ramaphosa and Mnangagwa, they seem to be friends. And we know that Ramaphosa has invested in Zimbabwe, equally so. Other South African politicians have business interests in Zimbabwe. They own properties. In fact, not owning them because they properly maybe procured them through for the benefit of the people of Zimbabwe. Most probably they were given by ZANU-PF because they are comrades. They were together in the trenches. So there is high probability that Ramaphosa came through the invitation of Mnangagwa, or he might have come to Zimbabwe because also the other faction approached him and say, can you speak sense to your friend? We are not pleased with the way he is actually running the country, and specifically Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026. And if he continues with this, we intend to do A, B, C, D. They may have actually conveyed that particular communication, but I'm limiting myself to say that is another school of thought. But what I'm pinning my hope on is that Mnangagwa, on this one, it may have been him who invited retired General, Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, seeking to get his support and for Ramaphosa and also to create a public perception, especially to the faction of retired General Chwenga, that as a SADC region, because South Africa has influence within the SADC region, they would not tolerate Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa being removed through a military intervention. I think I have dealt with whether that Ramaphosa has the capacity to do so on the other videos. So I don't want to dwell much on it, but be as it may. Also, the other aspect, he said he would be addressing what Zimbabweans, he would also be addressing the aspirations of Zimbabweans. Now, what are the aspirations that are known by Knox Chivero for the people of Zimbabwe? It is to get rid of Mnangagwa. It is in fact action. There is high probability that whatever Mnangagwa has done at the moment, in my view, I think it amounts to being stopped. Otherwise, if they don't act swiftly and fast to stop Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, then time may not be on the side of retired General Chwenga. I strongly believe that also he may announce measures to actually stop Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa's constitutional amendment bill number 3. And I strongly believe that we may actually, how this revolution, in my view, will begin taking place. How it will unfold. In my view, it will be like last time, whereby the individuals that would be targeted are the criminals around the president. But this time around, I don't think they may also be looking for the criminals around the president. I think they will also be looking for the president, his family, as well as also the criminals around him. Maybe they may term them the enemies of the state. For example, they were warned that we see everything that you are doing. We see you, we know you, be careful. The message was conveyed so loud and clear. So there is absolutely a high probability that there may also be some action or measures that may be announced to stop constitutional amendment bill number 3. I can assure you that this address by Knox Chivero, it will, in my view, it will definitely shake Zwikananda's Mnangagwa and his Zwikananda. I'm sure they would be listening to this address also with keen interest. These days I didn't want to preempt, but I could tell that anytime soon Knox Chivero may come through. And remember, by the time Knox Chivero maybe comes through, already something would have happened. There is high probability, or it may start after Knox Chivero makes the pronouncement. Anything is possible, but whatever would be started, it should be a surprise in order for that to be successful. So we wait to see exactly as to what Knox Chivero will announce later on during, and I foresee definitely a progressive force being aligned to Chwenga, taking some measures, and also Mnangagwa may attempt to resist the progressive force. Definitely there is a progressive force. It started with Blessed Geza. The moment he realized that some comrades had actually sold out, it happens in any actually struggle. You can start with 10 people and discover that 6 have sold out and remain with 4. 4 can actually win the struggle at the end of the day, or maybe remain 3 or so. So we know that at the moment, Mnangagwa and the Zwikanandas, they are working very hard to divide the military. And I'm sure that Chwenga and his group may have been, for the longest period of time, working for a strategy to actually neutralize Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Equally so, Mnangagwa would be prepared to resist. That should be expected. without second guessing it. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okancubu Mhlabane is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the